All right. All right. So this is a interesting article here. Now, it's coming from Phone Arena. I'll provide the link below in the description for you. Definitely check it out if you want. If this is true, um, then it's all the more interesting, but not surprising. Not for me. For you, maybe. Some of you, you think Verizon's perfect. You think these carriers are perfect. And if this is indeed valid, then you'll find out just how unperfect they really are. Now, a company sometimes is put in a position where they have to make adjustments in order to make ends meet. Now, that sounds like a load of bull because we know how much the company's worth and we know how much people get paid in higher positions. CEOs, for example, the bonuses, they're ridiculous. They're much too high. And if they were willing to take a little less, they can use that money to reinvest back into the company. They're not going to do that. No CEO cares that much about their position within these companies to do such a thing. So with that being said, and with that aside, don't expect it, right? Period. So we're moving forward now. This update is apparently from a Reddit user. So Phone Arena got this update from a Reddit user. So we'll take that with a grain of salt, right? Because I know how some of you feel. Reddit, subreddit, it's not valid. Well, maybe, right? I've found that sometimes, many times, when doing these updates here, that usually these updates, specifically when it comes to carriers and whatnot, that when we see a Reddit post that gets that popular and it winds up in these news outlet articles, there's usually some kind of validity to it. Somewhere along the line, the Reddit user, the poster of the blog, usually got some kind of insider tip. Now, either it's from someone that they know that works for the company, maybe they work for the company and they're posting anonymous, or whatever it is. Maybe they just, heard it through the grapevine, who knows? But nonetheless, if it's true, then this is kind of shady in a way, but it's, again, not unexpected. So the layoffs with Verizon, we've been covering it for a while now. A couple of videos done about it. I think we're somewhere between 13 to 15,000 layoffs. We were expected as much as 20,000. So it looks like we're seeing a little bit of a turn of the tide here. Now, that doesn't mean the layoffs will stop. These could continue and pick back up at a later time. But according to the Reddit user, it looks like they've spotted some positions being posted on the internal website of Verizon for jobs. These jobs are for corporate retail locations, primarily the locations that employees were fired from. So you might be scratching your head like, well, what's the point of firing people at these locations and now look forward to hiring new people for those same positions? Well, it looks like Verizon could be trying to pull the ultimate scheme. What is that scheme? Well, it looks like they're trying to get rid of, maybe, again, we'll see if there's any validity to this post. We'll keep following it. It looks like they're trying to get rid of higher salaried employees so that they can replace them with employees for far less money. That to me is the ultimate dirty, grimy, shady, D-bag corporate scam move that you can possibly do, right? Employees that have been working for Verizon for a very long time get the shaft. They get bounced, kicked out during the holidays. Like I said, shitty time to get laid off. And they replace you with someone younger, someone that's willing to take far less money because they probably don't have any bills or just don't care. And they don't need benefits. They don't want benefits. Because think about it. If Verizon replaces someone who's been there for 10 years, they can hire someone for less money, less benefits, or no benefits at all if they keep the hours real low. And it looks like that's what this Reddit user says they're trying to do. So, there's some mention that maybe some of the people being laid off may have the opportunity to return to work at these same positions. It'll probably be for a lot less money. Now, some of these employees might have to bite the grind and just do it and come back for any amount of money because they got to put food on the table. And ultimately, they're going to get the shaft by Verizon because that's what, that's basically, that's a sour deal. That's not a good deal for them. But, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It's also evident that Verizon needs to have some of those employees back, right? Whether it's new or previously laid off employees, because the corporate stores are a necessity for many. Not everybody, but for many. Small businesses, larger businesses, personal customers sometimes need to have a location to walk into. Sometimes a problem cannot be easily solved online or over the phone, especially when your customer service team is usually outsourced in another country. There's the language barrier, there's communication issues, and there's just frustrations and problems that sometimes you need to work out face to face with a rep. Sometimes the rep in the store is useless, and you're better off doing it online by yourself or with a chat bot even. But that's not always the case, right? So Verizon knows this. Verizon knows that locations can be useful and are sometimes very crucial for the business to operate normally. And it's just kind of a package deal. When you're paying a lot for postpaid or prepaid, this is just one of the perks and benefits of paying so much. Otherwise, why not go to Visible? Why not go to US Mobile? So consider this, I guess a warning or possible warning. We're going to keep monitoring it. We're not really accusing Verizon of anything yet because we don't have enough evidence, right? But I do believe that there could be some very valid truth to this. I don't know. It just seems like the perfect thing for, a carrier to do, especially in Verizon's situation currently. They can just save so much money this way and still be able to kind of offer some support to their customers. Because remember, I did an update about how apparently, departments are suffering as a result of all these locations being shut down. There's lack of employees, knowledgeable employees, positions, other positions in back office being let go, business management positions causing problems for small business internally. There's a lot of money being lost right now, and Verizon's aware of it. So, this is kind of a way for them to rectify that situation, make it a little bit better for customers. Still greasy about it, but nonetheless, at least the customers will get some support. And if someone's willing to take less money, well, then that's on them. Still disrespectful to the previous employees, and the ones that come back are going to be made a mockery. But this is just corporate America for you. So this is what I say, it's one thing to like a carrier because the network is good. Maybe they offer you some benefits. But unless the business has truly done something for you and your family, made your life easier, given you a solid plan with a solid deal, if they've done that for you, then you can care a little bit about what happens to Verizon personally. But if you're paying your bill and you're paying a lot and you're not getting the value you think you're getting, just remember Verizon tried to take away your stores. They tried to make you an MVNO customer at a postpaid price. Just remember that, an MVNO customer at a postpaid price. So what does that mean? They basically want you to, basically want to turn you into a Visible customer, but for $90 a month. Well, if you're going to be a Visible customer, then you might as well hop on over to Visible, where you don't have reps that can help you. You have a chatbot only, and you'll pay. Right now, they have the craziest deals, right? What is it, like $240 for the whole year for their Visible Plus Pro plan? And even without that, the deals are just always popping at Visible. Same thing with US, Mobile. Always good deals with the Warp plan with them as well. So you can get Verizon in many places. You can go to Total. There's just endless options. So all I'm saying is, we'll keep tracking, and don't let these companies play you. You can get value anywhere now. So, if you agree. If you don't, comment down below. Let me know why. Provide valid reasons to why you think a company like Verizon should step all over you, because that's basically what you're letting them do. Again, let's see if this, blossoms into something bigger. Let's see if there's more updates regarding it, but it'll be interesting if it does. As always, thank you so much for stopping by and watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.